Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's episode of GamePoke, the show where we cover gaming related topics and talk a load of old bollocks. And today's bollocks is indeed bollocks, because this is some bollocks. We're talking about Master System games that were never released. Now, first of all, I should talk about why we're doing this. Mike, a Retro Gamer Boy channel, awesomeness, you should check it out, there'll be a link in the description. He's recently done video for Mega Drive games that were unreleased. Now, you should check that out, obviously, but first I want to just make something clear. Mega Drive was obviously a successful console. They had the ability then, Sega of course, had the ability to look at a game and go, no, not that one. It's not good enough. Well, not that one, because reasons. But that's the Mega Drive. You know, Sega was in a much higher position to be able to do that then. Master System. Right, Sega was a bit fucked at that point. When a game was being made, it was kind of like, well, we can't get any other game developers or creators because Nintendo were just cunts. They held legal rights. They had people pretty much held at gunpoint. Game developers either made for the NES and nothing else, or other systems, and you wouldn't create a game for anything other than NES back then because NES was where the money was. There's no denying that. And Nintendo made the contract saying, you want to make games for our console? Really? Well, can't make them anywhere else. Sign it. That's just the short and curlies of it. It's true. So Sega couldn't get Capcom, couldn't get Konami at that time. Just couldn't. So Sega was stuffed when it came to making games. So they didn't get the opportunity to say, we shan't release this. So there's a much shorter list of games that weren't released on the Master System. Many of them are just ones that came out on Game Gear down the line, and they thought, should we put it on the Master System? And half time it'd be like, now why bother? Because at this point there was a Mega Drive. But today we're going to look at 5 games that were not released on the Master System. They're very random. They're a bit weird and random. And the first one we're going to go over is a Sonic game. A Sonic game that wasn't released, yet you were making it. And if you're wondering why, normally I have some funny shit going in the background, logo or whatever. Today is so much to remember that I'm just keeping notes. So that's all we got to do. This Sonic game is weird because for the longest time, no one knew anything about it. The game is called Sonic's Edusoft. It was an educational game developed in 1991 by a company called Teartex, who I'll admit I'm not familiar with. And the weird thing is, this game was unknown for so long until a Wikipedia page was made for it, which is cool. But then the Wikipedia page was taken down. So a lot of people were like, wait, what? But apparently this game's programmer responded to a letter from SMS Power in concerns to the Wikipedia page. It was just asking, oi, we saw this, is what? And it wasn't until 2008 that a ROM was finally put out there for the world to try. But I think there's something a bit weird about it. Because this is an unreleased game, of course, it's not finished. And it only works on a few emulators. I don't have a fucking clue which one. I don't do emulators, I'm clueless on that. But it looks like we really missed out. This game apparently had a world map, loads of main levels, mini games. It looked and looks awesome. It really does. Alright, it's an educational game, so it probably wasn't the most fun fucking Sonic game in the world. But it still would have been a great thing to have. And we didn't get that. So that sucks. As you can see, I'm showing you as many pictures as I can get hold of for this game. It's really tough getting some of these pictures for unreleased games today, so you'll see some, you'll see more for some of the games and less for some of the others. I can't help that. But this Sonic one, I feel gutted that we didn't get this game. I really do. And not just because it's Sonic. No, it looks really good and really appealing. I don't care that the game's educational. Edutainment games, they serve their purpose. They hold a place in gaming. I think they're important and need to be there. Like years ago when I was trying to get my son into video games, he was just an ickle baby. I got in this fucking game on the Nintendo Wii. Learning with the Pooyos. Yes, I know, it's retarded. But it was an educational game for kids, and it helped him get into it with the colours and the bullshit. But learning games have their place. They're just no good for me now because I'm past learning. I'm not saying I'm incredibly smart. No, it's just I'm incredibly stupid, and now I've reached an age where every time something goes in, something falls out. So it's not worth doing because we're very much on the cusp of me forgetting the alphabet. Next game, according to my notes, is one that you wouldn't believe didn't get released because there was already a Mega Drive version of it. NBA Jam. Now, sports games, I don't give a shit. It's just not my cup of tea. But apparently there was going to be a Master System version of this. Again, I'll try and show as many pictures as I can, but it's not going to be easy for me to get hold of them. This game looks like it would have been fun. Maybe a bit of an arse with the Master System's D-pad and buttons, but I think this could have been an interesting one. But I guess at the time, this was more like it was so far into the success of Mega Drive, why would you bother making a Master System port? Game Gear port, I get. Master System, no, I guess not. Too far in that time. So I understand why this game wasn't made. Sonic 1, I totally don't get. This one, I get why they didn't make it. It's one of them games where it looks like it would have been okay, but from all of the pictures and video evidence I can find of this game, it was definitely unfinished. So I guess they decided, look, we'll make it. Maybe it was taking too long, or they thought, why are we putting money into this? There's a lot of reasons why they stopped. Or there's a lot of possible reasons, I should say, as to why they stopped. At the end of the day, it's a sports game. I don't give a fuck. Speaking of sports games, let's go on to the next one, which is also one of them fucking things. Pat Riley's Basketball. Yes, there was going to be a Master System version of this. So it's basketball again, that's why we're covering it right after NBA Jam. And again, there was a Mega Drive version of this. So I get why they decided nuts for the Master System port. It wouldn't have been the best idea. Think of it this way. Super Nintendo and all of their games, did they go and convert all of their good ones or whatever onto NES? No, of course they didn't. They only did it for a little while, then realised the NES wasn't going to make them any money anymore with these games. Why waste the time making an 8-bit version of the game? Put all your time and effort and money into the 16-bit version. Sega did the same. Obviously, sometimes they thought maybe that it will be a good idea to do. They get so far into developing it, and then they think, actually, fuck it. We want money for this project, maybe, let's say, a Fantasy Star game. Let's pull money from this sports game that's really not going to make money, but we still have to spend money to put money into the making of the fucking thing. So we'll take it there where we actually care. I get why they've done that. Pat Riley, NBA Jam, 2 basketball games you've got on your Mega Drive and Genesis. Why would you need them on the Master System at this time? You wouldn't. So I get why these ones didn't come into being. It makes sense. Unlike with this game, Dino Basher. Now, this has got something to do with the Big Nose games that were on NES, I believe. Made by Codemasters, if you don't know who they are. They did the Micro Machine games. Shit, what else did they do? Off the top of my head, Micro Machines is the biggest one, so hopefully you know who they are from that. But this game, from what I can find, picture-wise, gameplay-wise and all that, this looks like it would have been a lot of fun. And we didn't get the fucking thing. This I don't get. We should have had this. It reminds me of Chuck Rock, yet at the same time it's nothing like it. It's just that it's prehistoric and it's an 8-bit platformer, of course, but it looks dead fun. I'm gutted we didn't get this one. Graphically, it's kind of basic, but it's not bad basic. I would say it's a sort of 7 out of 10 in terms of Master System graphics. Music, I struggle to find anything that's not corrupted, but again, these games mostly were unfinished. I wish we had this one. So far we've covered Sonic game I wish we had, 2 sports games that I really don't give a fuck about, and because of the Mega Drive versions I can see why we didn't get them. This one, like the Sonic one, I don't see why we didn't get. It would have been cheap and easy to make. Codemasters, you know, they were already part of the Master System family. They've done games for Master System, so they could have done this and it would have been an awesome thing. I think really feel like we missed out. A lot of fun by the look of it. Great little world. Need I go on? It looks like fun, and I think it was a poor decision for us to not get this one. So fuck. Before we go on to the final game, I want to talk about one that I can't find any pictures for. So this is a bonus one. It's not part of the 5, I just want to talk about it. I had no idea that this was a thing. This was apparently to be a Master System game. I can't find much information or any bloody pictures on it. But oh my fuck, I would have loved this. Maximum Carnage was apparently going to have a Master System port. Probably wouldn't have been all that epic, but Carnage is one of my favourite comic book villains ever. You got Joker, Two-Face, Venom, Carnage. I love Carnage. He's awesome, insane. A lot of people say he's the Marvel Universe's version of the Joker, and I believe he was in fact inspired in such a way by a murderous laughing idiot. I can see it. Fucking hell. I wish I could find one bloody picture, but apparently there's nothing. Maybe this one was thrown in the bin early in development before any actual programming was done. Maybe they were just in the plan stages where there's just sketches and horse shit like that. So, fuck. Basically, this isn't number 5. I just wanted to vent my frustration that we didn't get this one. Bastard. So I will go on to a game where I do have some pictures of it. They're not the best pictures in the world. I apologise. Again, it's whatever I can find. The Godfather. Now, apparently this game, The Godfather, was in fact advertised in some places. It was cancelled for reasons that I don't fucking know. It was going to be published by US Gold in Europe. Now, I believe there were some home computer ports of this game, so maybe this Master System one would have been just a port of them ports, you know. Maybe. There's not enough evidence to prove that or disprove that, so we don't know. The footage I'm showing you, the pictures of footage rather, is what I think is the Master System game itself, the version of it. Not certain. Everything is really grey area when it comes to unreleased games. There's no certainty. No one seems to know fucking thing. It's all very difficult, but I did think this was quite an interesting topic today. I mean, there's not much to talk about. Godfather was a game that was made on computers, was going to be made on Master System, wasn't. Maximum Carnage, awesome Mega Drive game. Even though it's LJN, was going to get made Master System. They didn't get very far even. We've got 2 basketball games, so I don't give a shit because it's sports. And then there's a Sonic game that seemed to get really far in development. That one got quite far. Clearly, it got quite far. But we didn't get the fucking thing. We didn't even know about it for like a decade or more after its release, and we didn't get to actually have the ability to play anything till 2008. It's insane. It's fucking insane. So, little short vid today is really just talking about the information I can find without too much speculation, just showing some opinions, but not, you know, not going off the rails, so to speak. I don't want to send any false info out there. Just the stuff I can find and the possibilities without saying any dead certainties on the possibilities. I'm getting caught up in my own web now. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click like, leave a comment and all that shit. It's all good. And if you ain't subscribed already, why not? Hey, come on. I'm trying really fucking hard here. Please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.